Yo, what is good, YouTube? Make America Lit here, back with another NBA 2K23 video. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys the best layup animations in NBA 2K23. I'm going to not only be ranking the layup animations, but also giving you guys the pros and cons of each animation. So bear with me. This might be a slightly longer video, but I will try to get through this video as quickly as possible. Also, if you guys can please take the time right now to go ahead and drop a like on the video, as it does help the channel to grow and it gets the video out to more people, and I'd appreciate the support on the content. Just a like will let me know that you guys are finding the content that I'm dropping on the channel useful. So without further ado, let's just jump into the video. I also want to preempt this video with just one little fact. I'm not really a fan of the quick shovel layup animations, since I mostly play rec. In park, you have a lot more space to create, so the quick shovel layups and stuff like that, they work a lot better when you are playing park and you're playing the 2v2, the 3v3 setting and stuff like that, the 1v1 court. You have a lot more space to work with and stuff like that. So for those of you who play rec and pro-am, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So in this video, if I'm ever saying like, oh, the shovel layup or whatever like that, the quick little flick layups, not a fan of it or whatever like that, if I have that listed as a con, just know where I'm coming from. I do primarily play rec, so that I'm not going to be a fan of those. All right, so jumping into this, I want to say that I have these layup animations sorted into 3 categories. I have a really great category, a good to use category, and then I have a don't use category. Okay, that's how I'm ranking these layup packages and stuff like that. I'm not going to be ranking them by like I don't know what other rankings there are, but that's the categories I'm going with. So really great are going to be the really great layup packages that I recommend, that you definitely should be using or putting on. Then good to use, meaning that they have some cons to them, but they can still be useful or even situational. And then don't use or just layup animations that I just wouldn't recommend that you use, period. Like, just don't put these on. So let's jump into it. The very first layup package we have is default small. Now the pros for this is that it's a nice, clean, quick layup animation, as you can see on your screen. The only cons I have is the quick shovel layup animations, like I mentioned before, can get you blocked by the rim depending on where you trigger the animation. But please keep in mind that that's not exclusive to this package. All of the default layup packages do have this quick shovel layup animation that you just see right there. That's another one. That's another one right there. And depending on where you trigger that from, you can get blocked by the rim or blocked by the backboard if you're going baseline and stuff like that. So that's why I'm just not really a fan of those layup animations. But I do have default small and the good to use category, just because of like the normal layup animations that it does have or whatever. Moving on, we have default swing. Now default swing is better than the default small package because of the height. If you look at this layup animation, you see the height of him releasing those layups and stuff like that. Nice, clean, and quick layup animations, but with a high layup height, making your layups harder to contest and block. Now, as for the cons, again, the quick shovel layup animation is released from such a low height that they're much easier to block than the normal layups in this package. So I'm not really a fan of, you see how much those layups are being released lower where you can block them compared to, the normal layup animations like that one, that high one, you know what I'm saying? And then the normal high layup animations that he gets or whatever like that. Not really seeing them, they're just showing off the shovel animations, but I want this to like kind of loop back around so you guys can see the like those tall regular layup animations like that. Those are the ones that I'm referring to that are better than the shovel ones and stuff like that. Moving on, we have our first layup package that's going to be in the don't use category. The default big. Now the pros of it is that it's free. I mean, because outside of that, I don't really know what else to say about this package. Yeah, it's free. That's about it. Cons, hands down the worst shovel layup animations. You see how slow those shovel layup animations are. That's gonna get blocked. Okay. Extremely slow. you will get blocked trying to do those shovel layup animations with this package equipped. And every animation as you've seen right now on the screen is slow. Like, there's literally no reason to run this package when there are other better big man like layup packages that exist in this game. So like, seriously, don't use this layup package under any circumstances unless you're broke and you have no VC. You can see I'm broke as hell, only got 10,000 VC, but I wouldn't be caught dead running this layup package under any circumstances. Do not equip default big. Please don't do it. Moving on, we're looking at the Circus layup package now. I have Circus in good to use. As far as pros, it obviously has the Jamal Crawford hop step behind the back layup package. It sucks that they removed his layup package and added it to, the Circus or whatever, but it is what it is. This is a really good package for people who actually like to utilize the hop steps, and I kind of want to reset the layup animation really quickly just to show you guys. See that hop step animation right there, another hop step animation, another hop step animation, another hop step animation. See what I mean? Look, another hop step animation. This is going to be an amazing package for those of you who actually know how to utilize the hop steps in this game. This package is going to go crazy for those of you who like to finish with finesse and stuff like that, hop step and euro and all of that stuff like that. For you guys who just want to paint mash and stuff like that, there's really no point in you putting this package on if you aren't going to actually use the hop steps and stuff like that. The only con that I have with this package is, it has two different 360 layups, which can and will get you blocked. So you see that one right there is one of them. Can they trigger? And then that's another one, and then that's the third one. So it actually has three. I didn't even think about the baseline 360 layup animation because the 360 baseline isn't that bad, but those driving 360 layup animations like that one right there, you about to see the baseline. The baseline one ain't that bad, but that one right there too is really bad. So it's kind of you know what I'm saying? So I have it in good to use. Under circumstances, it can be a really good package with the hop steps and stuff like that, but outside of that, not really a fan of that package too much. So that's why I have it in the good to use and not really great category. Moving on, we're looking at the dominant big. Now, the dominant big, I also have in a don't use category. Okay, the pros for this is that contact layup animations, they will trigger badges like masher and bully and fearless finisher. As you can see by these animations, you're going to be getting a lot of contact, bulldozing kind of layup animations and stuff like that, which will trigger those badges, masher, bully, fearless finisher and stuff. This is more suited for taller, stronger, bigger big man builds. Those 7'1", 7'2", 7'3" bigs. The cons, like I said, slow as dirt layup animations. These animations just take too long to get off, and the possibility of getting blocked by help defenders and stuff like that because of how long it takes to get the animation off is just really, really high. If you're playing in a 1v1 court or even the 2v2 court, you could probably get away with this. Maybe even in the 3s court, you could probably get away with this. But like, if you're playing in the rec or in the pro-am, there's just way too many help defenders that shit is going to get blocked. When you get sucked into that little animation right there where you're going up, somebody can come over and just, swat your shit or whatever. So that's why I really wouldn't recommend running the dominant big either. Moving on, we're looking at the floater specialist, and this is another package that I have in a don't use. The pros for this package, there really isn't any pros. Outside of looking nice, like aesthetically, visually, it's a nice looking package, like clean runners and floaters and stuff like that. But outside of looking nice, I can't really think of any real pros to run in this layup package. As far as the cons, they took out the teardropper finishing badge, so there really isn't much of a reason to run this package unless you just like the aesthetic of throwing up runners and floaters, And it can also be blocked because of the length of most of these floater animations. It gives the defender time to get back into the play. Like right there, you see that. If you are on a fast break and you do this little hop step into a floater right there, another hop step into a floater, you're just giving them time to chase your shot down. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just going up with a layup, you're doing this really long, lengthy hop step, and then you're throwing up this floater, which can get batted off the backboard. So I'm just not a fan of the floater specialist. If they still had Teardropper in the game, I would probably recommend this. You know what I'm saying? But because there's no more Teardropper, and Pro Touch is really not that good of a badge, I just wouldn't recommend running this. That's why I don't have it. I have it in don't use category. Moving on, we're looking at the fundamental animations. As far as the pros, there is one really good gather layup animation, which I'm gonna show you guys. I like that little gather animation. I don't know if you guys seen it, but there's a nice little gather. I'm gonna wait for it to pop up again, and I'm gonna tell you guys when it pops up or whatever as it resets. That little gather right there that you just seen, that little shovel where you kind of like pick the ball up over your shoulder and then you just lay it in. I'm gonna show you guys. I think it comes up after this. After this right here. Okay, not yet, not yet. Right there, that little animation right there is really nice. Outside of that animation, there's really no like good layup animations on this. That little flick animation right there that you just seen, a little flick right there, that's a nice little animation too. But outside of that, yeah, like this package isn't good. Visually, it looks like a mashup of the Floater Specialist and Ben Simmons layup package, which are two really bad layup packages in my opinion. So you don't really want to run fundamental unless you just want those two animations, and I don't think just having two animations is worth equipping a whole layup package, especially when it's going to cost you 500 VC. Like, you could save your VC for something else. Moving on, we're looking at the Jelly layup package, and I have the Jelly layup package in good to use. Now, the pros is that you have really good acrobatic and reverse layup animations. For those who are running like Acrobat and Giant Slayer, you're going to trigger these badges constantly when you have this layup package on. The only con is that it has one or two really bad hanging layup animations. You're going to see what I'm talking about. That right there is one of them, and that right there is another one. It has like these really hanging layup animations, which can be blocked by defenders. You know what I'm saying? I'm 50-50 on this package though. It has potential to be really good if you stick to those baseline layup animations, because you see like how clean and quick and how hard it is to block those animations right there. Those little baseline running alley, I was about to say running alley-oops, running reverse layups right there. These baseline layups, mwah, chef's kiss, they're amazing. But then you get those weird hanging animations right there that just kind of makes it bad. So like I'm 50-50 on this. That's why I have the Jelly layup package in good to use. It can be good if you stick to baseline layups, but other than that, it's kind of iffy. You know what I'm saying? Really, really iffy. Moving on to Long Athlete. This is going to be the first layup in our really great category, okay? One of my favorite layups since they've implemented it into the game. This is basically the Giannis Antetokounmpo layup package. Pros, it's quick, it's simple, it's lengthy layup animations, nothing flashy or arrogant, just simple, straightforward to the basket layup animations. Works really well for all builds, but it works especially well for taller, lengthier, builds. You know what I'm saying? Think your taller shooting guards, your 6'6", 6'7" shooting guards, your 6'8", 6'9" small forwards, your 6'9", 6'10" power forwards. That's what you want to run. If you're running those builds, that's what Long Athlete was for. Now, the cons, there is this one little hitchy, that right there, that little change layup, I guess you want to call it. I don't know what to call that. It's like a little hitchy layup. I'm going to show you guys one more time. That's not it. That's not it either. Nope. That little hitchy layup right there. That one right there. That little hitchy layup, it's kind of like a jelly kind of layup. It's pretty bad, and it can get you blocked. But outside of that one layup animation, everything else is great. Hands down, it's one of the best layup packages in the game, and it has been since it's been introduced into the game. The only real knock on this package is that it requires a ridiculous ass 88 layup to unlock this year. As you can see, I do have a 97 layup on this build, so I can pretty much get every single layup package on here. But it's kind of ridiculous as hell that it requires an 88 layup, where it used to require like a 70 layup. So it kind of makes it to where only, you know, the really best of the best finishers can get this layup package. But it is hands down one of the best layup packages in the game, though, if not the best layup package. Moving on, though, we're looking at our next package, which is the Devin Booker package. And I have this in a don't use, okay? I'm not really sure why they gave Devin Booker his own package. Because it's not even his own like signature layups or anything like that. It's not any of his own signature animations. If you look at these layup animations, it's literally just default small layup package mixed in with like one floater animation that you're gonna see or whatever. I'm waiting for it to pop up, like right there, that little one floater animation, and then everything else is just default small layup package, you know. I don't know why they did that. So pros, there is no pros, honestly, to this layup package. Like, and then the cons, they're charging you 900 VC for essentially equipping default small layup package. Like, just don't use this, bro. It's dumb as hell. Moving on, we're looking at J. Cole. Now, J. Cole's package I do have in the good to use. Now, I've never bought this package, and I don't intend to buy this package. You know, I haven't used it at all, even in, like, my league, outside of my career, or anything like that. But that's not a knock on him. As far as the pros, he has this really high layup animation that's really nice. But outside of that, you know, nothing else really stands out to me. That little high layup animation right there that you just seen is the one I'm talking about, like the really high layup. You about to see it come up right here, like right there, boom. That really high, looks like a long athlete type of layup. That layup animation is wonderful. That's a really good layup animation because people aren't gonna block that. I'm gonna let it play one more time right there where you see he just drops it off into the basket. Outside of that, there isn't really any animations that really stick out to me. You know, I think I don't see no cons in this package. I just think that J. Cole's layup package is pretty average outside of that one high layup animation that you just seen that went up, and you're about to see it again for the 5th time. I don't really see any bad animations in it, which is why I have it in good to use. But yeah, if you can get it, for sure get it. You know, moving on, we're looking at Steph Curry's layup package, and Steph Curry is our second layup package in the really great category. Staple layup animation since it's been introduced into the game. Pros is easily one of the best layup animations in the game. It's one of the hardest to block. Super high layup animation, and if you do want to block it, you have to block it while you're still on the ground right there about to release it. You know, otherwise you're probably going to get called for goaltending. You know, super good layup package since it's been introduced into the game. As far as the cons, super athletic defenders can chase down those high scoop layups. Like those layups, like right there, that layup right there, you know what I'm saying? Those little scoop layups that he throws up like that, if they're super athletic, they can chase that down. But for the most part, like I said, if they don't block it while you're on the ground, you know, it's going to be a goaltending, you know, most of those times. So that's why I have Steph Curry's, you know, and a really great, it is a really great layup package if you can get it. Obviously requires you to be under 6'5" and have an 85 driving layup, which isn't too bad. You know, it's not as bad as long athlete, but, you know, it's decent enough. I feel like, I don't want to say I feel like it should require a higher layup animation, but, or a higher layup rating, but damn, bro. And then I just got an error. Hold on. Let me pause this video really quickly. Alright, I got error coded, but we're back, and moving on to our next layup package. We're looking at Joel Embiid. Pros, one of the fastest big man layup packages, as you can see. It's better than using default big or dominant big. And it has a Euro step layup animation and the default small quick layup, like the normal layup animation from default small right there that you just seen. Cons, the Euro is kind of slow, and it does have that short stop floater animation that you did just see or whatever a second ago. You see that Euro is pretty slow, you know, and then it has that short stop floater animation right there that I'm not a fan of, to be honest. But even then, it can still be a go-to for big men builds, as it only requires a 70 layup, as you can see, and to be at least 6'10". So it's better than default big and dominant big for sure. It gives you some versatility with the Euros and stuff like that as well too. So, you know, it's a decent layup package. Moving on, we're going to be going to the George Gervin Iceman build, or layup animation, excuse me. This is a nice alternative to Steph Curry's layup package, and the reason why I say that is because of that high little finger roll that he does. Like, see that if you can't get that finger roll or whatever, or you can't get Steph Curry's at 85, this only requires a 70, and it doesn't even require you to be under 6'5" either. So you could get this if you're 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", whatever. You can still get this. Even if you're on a big man 7-foot build, you can still get this layup package, and it's only going to cost you a 70 layup. Again, and it has a nice reverse baseline animation too that I really like. That one right there, which is really clean. Cons: as pretty as the George Gervin finger roll is, that shit does get blocked a lot. I do think it's more viable this year because they toned down chase down blocks and stuff like that. But last year I was using this and my shit was getting beat off the backboard like 5 to 6 out of 10 times, you know. Of course, chase down was OP last year, but I haven't really touched it much this year in 2K23. But I do think if you enjoyed like the finger roll animations, it's a nice pickup for just a 70 layup attribute, you know. The only really good like finger roll animation is going to be this and Steph Curry's. And Steph Curry's requires an 85 layup and to be under 6'5", where you can get this regardless of the requirements, which is, you know, George Gervin. It's a nice alternative in my opinion, you know. Moving on to our next layup animation, James Harden, which is also in the good to use category. The pros is that it's a really good Euro step animations that will trigger acrobat constantly. Hands down one of the best layup packages for users that run slithery. As you can see, most of the layup animations avoid contact. It's the perfect layup package for, you know, versatile finishers who like to avoid and finish through contact, because you see that animation right there, you're going to get contact on. That other animation that you just seen, you get contact on. That one right there, and then that one right there as well too. So you get the best of both worlds. You get animations where you can avoid contact and use acrobat and slithery, and then you get animations where you can use bully or fearless finisher and go through the contact and finish, you know. The cons for this package is that it mostly relies on Euro step layup animations, which is its main strength, but it's also a slight weakness. You won't see any real high layup animations when using this package, making this package a lot more suited for experienced slashers and finishers, guys who know when they can get to the rim and stuff like that and avoid the blocks. They're going to excel with this package, because you can get blocked a lot with some of these animations if you don't know when to trigger them and how to trigger them. Okay, so moving on, our next package, Kyrie Irving, our third package in the really great category. Another one of my favorite layup animations in the game. Pros: some of the best acrobatic finishes and layup animations in the game. As we all know, Kyrie is the layup god. Easily one of the best and unblockable reverse layup animations as well. And, you know, this is goated for those who like to trigger acrobat, slithery, and giant slayer. You're just going to be finishing everything down low with high layup and stuff like that with this animation equipped. The cons, the only real cons to me, you know, is that you have to be under 6'5" to equip this. As you can see, I'm 6'8" on this build, so I can't get this layup animation. And also that low double clutch layup animation where you bring the ball down to your knees and stuff like that. That animation can get blocked sometimes, but outside of that, most of the layups in this package are really good. So again, I have this in a really great category. Moving on to our next layup animation, we have Allen Iverson, another one that's in the really great category. This is another really good acrobatic package. The pros: really good reverse layup package animations. This package is basically Kyrie Irving, but without the double clutches. It also has Allen Iverson's classic gather and finger roll. This one right there, that little gather, and then, you know, that finger roll animation that everybody knows Iverson for doing. I'm going to let that play right there. Again, has that one. It also has that horse collar animation on the reverse. I'm about to show you right there. That horse collar animation right there. Which almost always results in a shooting foul, which is nice if you like to go baseline, because you'll almost always draw a foul right there. That little horse collar animation, you always get grabbed by the shoulders whenever you reverse like that with that animation. The cons, the only cons I really have for this build is that self alley This one right there, that's the only really con I have for this package. It can lead to you getting blocked, but outside of the self alley-oop animation, this is another great package. So I have this one in a really great as well too. Moving on, LeBron James, another one that I have in really great. This is another really good layup package for taller builds and forwards, just like a long athlete. The pros, really high, straightforward layup animations. This is more suited towards going through the contact like a long athlete. This is going to trigger badges like Fearless Finisher and Bully. The only cons is like that weird little fadeaway runner animation, which I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. It should be coming up pretty soon. That little animation right there. That animation always misses. I've yet to see anyone make this animation when they get sucked into it while they're trying to dunk or lay the ball up. This animation right there that you just seen. Outside of that one animation, this is a superb layup package. Easily one of the top layup packages in the game. I have this one in really great as well too. Moving on, we have Magic Johnson, and I have Magic Johnson, shockingly, in the don't use. Now, the pros is that it has really nice spin layup animation that you guys seen or whatever like that. That little spin right there. Very nice spin layup animation. As well as that cool behind the back layup animation that you seen him do or whatever. Where he goes behind the back right there and then lays it up. The only cons is that it's a little too flashy. But I mean, it's Magic, so it's to be expected. But most of these layup animations, you don't really protect the ball. You know, as you see him, look at him, he's ball faking right there, lay it up, ball fake, behind the back, ball fake, like just so many ball fakes where people can get like a rip or a slap or something like that. And in this game, you know how crazy body blocks are. People jump early and get a block on you because they blocked you with their chest or their back or their elbow or something like that. You don't really protect the ball much with this package. And they're really lengthy too because of the weird ball fake animations when you go up for the layup, giving them a chance to catch up to you and block you. That's why I have this and don't use. But if you're going for clips and stuff like that and you want to be fancy or flashy, this is a decent layup package for like flashy, fancy layups and stuff like that. But again, like I said, it's way too lengthy. Look how long it takes to get the layup off, go all these ball fakes and stuff like that. It looks cool though, don't get me wrong, but as far as like just, you know, usability to just scoring and stuff, nah. So I have this in a don't use. Moving on, we have Nikola Jokic. Pros, the only real pro to this package is that it's really good at triggering contact layup animations. As you can see, most of the animations are like contact like layups and stuff like that. Almost every single animation looks like it will trigger a contact layup, which is good for those running like high levels of like Bully and Fearless Finisher and Masher and stuff like that. You see all that bumping type of animations and stuff. The cons is that these animations are slow as molasses, bro. Like, I didn't think there was a layup package slower than Dominant Big or Default Big, but here we are. You know, the only way I would run this animation is if I was on like a 7-3 paint mashing center. And even then, I feel like it's too slow to really get these off. You're going to get blocked and stuff like that. Look at how slow these animations are, bro. Just so slow, man. Moving on, we're looking at Michael Jordan for our next package. And of course, I have Michael Jordan in the really great category. Pros, some of the most acrobatic double clutch layups you will see in the game. Amazing layup package because of how far you take off when running this package. I think that's the real underrated part about this layup package that a lot of people don't take into consideration, is that you're taking off from further away, which means your layup animation will finish faster, which equals less blocks. Like, look at how far he's taking off. He's taking off from outside the paint. That last one right there, he's taking out like really outside the lane, you know, when he's coming from outside there and stuff like that. So these packages are amazing. The cons, the only real con I've seen in this package is that iconic hanging layup. You're going to see what I'm talking about. I think it's coming up soon. This one right there, that little iconic hang change layup that he does, it looks fire, but it can and will get you blocked. Outside of that layup animation, though, this is a solid layup package. I have this in a really great package, really great category as well too. Moving on, Zach LaVine. I have Zach LaVine in the good to use package, or category, I should say. I think this is one of the most underrated layup packages in the game. Pros, it has a lot of these weird skip Euro step layup animations, as you see right there, that little skip animation right there. Another little jump animation. Then you're going to see that other little skip animation he does. Not there. Like right there, little skip Euro. Then another skip Euro. And another skip Euro right there. Like, he's just gliding across the floor, basically, bro. Like, it's almost like he's traveling, you know? And the thing is, those little animations has helped me trigger bully animations with just silver bully, you know? But again, the cons, it's a strength, but it's also a weakness. Because of the weird skip Euros, you're going to be prone to getting blocked. Because of the low elevation of the layups, you're not going to be getting those high layups like other packages have. So because of that, I kind of consider that a con as well too. You see, he's not really getting much lift on these layups and stuff like that either. But those animations right there will trigger bully a lot when you run this package. That little skip, bump layup right there, you're going to be triggering bully often with this. And I only have silver bully on this build, and I trigger it a lot with that layup package. Moving on, this is my last package in the really great category, and that is going to be Damian Lillard, another really good and underrated layup package. The pros, almost all of the animations in this package are really high, elevated, high layups, which are harder to contest and block. As you can see, I'm just going to let that play, and as you can see, like, all of his layup packages are, look at how high these layups are. Like, you're not really seeing any low, you know, all of these, like, high elevated layups that are going to be harder to contest and stuff like that. Nothing too flashy. You know what I'm saying? Just straightforward attacking layup animations. The reverse layups are nice too. They're clean, non-flashy, just, you know, flick reverse lay. Nothing crazy, no double clutching, triple clutching or anything like that. Bringing it down to his knees. Just a flick, reverse, that's it. Cons, I don't really see any cons in this package, to be honest. Like, just like the J. Cole layup package, I don't really see any cons with this. These are just straight positive things in this package, which is why I would really recommend that you guys put this on. This is in my really great category. Moving on, we have the Ja Morant. And I actually have the Ja Morant in the good to use just because it's a super acrobatic layup type of package. You know, think all the strengths of Kyrie and Allen Iverson packages, but with the added weakness of a 360 spin layup that may or may not get you blocked. As for the cons, the 360 spin layup, you know, it can and will get you blocked. And the fact that there's no way to specifically trigger that means that you will randomly get that 360 layup when you might not want it, resulting in blown layups and blocks and shit like that. So that's why I'm not a super fan of this. Like I said, it's super athletic and stuff like that, which is nice. But that 360 layup popping up when you least want it to will screw you over sometime. So that's why I have it in a good to use. I don't have it in a really great or the don't use. It's like right in the middle. Moving on, we're looking at Ben Simmons, and I have Ben Simmons in a don't use. Now this is literally the layup package. I'm not like switching the layup and resetting it. This is literally it. This is it. That one layup, that one running hook. Pros, it could be hard to contest. I'm not gonna lie. Because he's running and throwing up a hook shot. A hook shot is one of the hardest shots to contest. And he's running while throwing up the hook. It's a lot harder to contest. Don't get me wrong. The cons is that it's literally just a running hook shot. That's literally it. Look at this. Like, it's literally a running hook. There's nothing to this layup animation. And there's only one layup animation, which means you're going to get this same, like, most of the time, you're going to get this same bum-ass running hook animation when you may not want this running hook animation. There might be somebody on the right side of you, and you're going to throw up this bum-ass running hook and get blocked. Like, nah, man. Don't use this at all. Never use this package. I'd rather you run Nikola Jokic package than to run this bullshit. Under no circumstances should you put Ben Simmons layup animation on, period, full stop. All right, moving on, we're looking at John Wall, and I have John Wall in the good to use. The first layup is really good, really high, which it would be harder to contest. I'm going to reset it really quickly, go to Ben Simmons, and then go back to John Wall, and then you're going to see that really high layup right there that I just was talking about. You know, really good high layup animations right there, low double clutch. But the con is that it has that 360 spin layup. and that can get you blocked in a lot of situations. I'm not a fan of these 360 spin layups, those packages with that 360. You know, they're usually good packages, but that one animation can throw you off and get you swatted sometimes. So John Wall, good to use for sure. Moving on to Russell Westbrook, another package that I have in the good to use category. The pros, it's good for acrobatic and fearless finisher type layups right there. That would be a fearless finisher contact layup. Another fearless finisher contact layup. Look at all of these like contact layups. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these layups would be really great for fearless finisher. You're going to trigger fearless finisher every single time with these layups and stuff like that. Now the con is that some of the super contact contested layup animations, like I'm going to show you the one specific one, not that one, but that one right there. That one specific layup animation and that one that we just seen can get you blocked by a help defender if somebody's helping over. So, you know, the animations can be nice for triggering badges and stuff like that, but it can lead to you getting blocked as well too. So you got to be really careful with some of these packages. And then finally, last but not least, we have Jason Williams, and I have this one as well in the don't use category. Okay, the pros of this category or layup package, it will go stupid with fast twitches. The animations in this package are super fast. I'm gonna reset this really quickly, and then I'm gonna show you guys. Look at how fast that is. Look at how quick he's like laying. Like look at how quick these animations are. Now imagine these animations with like a silver fast twitch, a gold or Hall of Fame fast twitch. You're gonna be throwing these up super quick. Now the cons though is that the animations are really weird. You know, these aren't your traditional layup package. These are these weird stop, flick, layup, floater type of packages and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, again, I personally wouldn't run this because these aren't like your typical traditional layups. These are like weird flick and floater type you know, layups and stuff like that. You know, you have one or two traditional layups like right there that we just seen, but it's mostly just weird flicks and floaters and stuff like that. Not really much of a fan of that. I mean, it could be useful for getting your shot off really quick, but you gotta be under 6'10" to get this, and it's just like, if I gotta be that short or under that really tall height to get this, then it's like, is it really gonna be that useful, you know? So I mean, that right there is my list of, you know, the best layup animations. I'll go through the list really briefly. For the really great category, I have long athlete, Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving, Allen Iverson, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and Damian Lillard. For the good to use category, I have default small, default swing, Circus, Jelly, J. Cole, Joel Embiid, George Gervin, James Harden, Zach LaVine, John Morant, John Wall, and Russell Westbrook. And then in the don't use category, do not equip these under any circumstances, I have default big, dominant big, floater specialist, fundamental, Devin Booker, Magic Johnson, Nikola Jokic, Ben Simmons, and Jason Williams, man. So there you have it. This is my list of the best layup animations in NBA 2K23. If you can, drop a like on the video. The like definitely helps the channel to grow. It also shows that you're, you know, liking the content that I'm giving you guys. Yeah, man, that's pretty much the video, man. I'm gonna be hopefully making a dunk animation video soon. I really like to do the layups and the dunks together, but because there's so many layup animations and new animations in the game this year, I decided to make the layups just one video, and this is still a pretty long video, but hopefully you guys stay to watch the full duration of the video, and I hope this really helped you guys when choosing your layup package. It's been your boy Make America Lit. I'm out, guys. Peace.